Hello, welcome to Daily Wellbeing with Gemma. Today I want to talk to you about Maslow's Hierarchy of Needs. It's a very well-known model and most people have probably seen some form of it before anyway, but I want to talk about how it relates to life in lockdown. So, here's the model. It's a triangle showing the different types of human needs sorted into order of priority, really. So Maslow said that at the bottom are the things that we need most of all, and they're our physiological needs. This is things that the body can't function without. So air, food, water, sleep, that kind of thing. Anything to do with your bodily functions comes into this bracket. Above that we have safety, and that is to do with shelter, so feeling like you have somewhere safe to sleep at night, a good environment free of crime. It can be about medical safety in terms of, at the moment where we have the virus, people are worried about their physical health and illness. And safety can also come under security and financial safety as well, so perhaps employment, income and that kind of thing. And that relates because for a lot of people income directly impacts the ability to get the food and water and meet the physiological needs. This layer, love and belonging, is to do with having valuable friendships, social interaction, people you can talk to, open up to, perhaps a romantic partner on feelings of intimacy, a sense of belonging in the wider community, like you have a place where you fit. Esteem is about feeling good about yourself, feeling respected by people, having confidence, taking pride in your achievements, and generally feeling like you're a person of worthwhile. And the top level, self-actualization, gets a bit abstract. So that can be, at the more basic end, the ability to kind of learn stuff, enjoying growing as a person, but it can also be about spiritual enlightenment, having a moral compass, developing your own principles and code of ethics. So the idea of this triangle really is to get people to be more self-aware and actually aware of those around you, that if people are struggling with something, it's probably because a lower level isn't being met. So it's very hard to feel good about yourself if you don't have any good quality friendships. It's very difficult to spend time with people building meaningful relationships if you're hungry. And I don't mean hungry as in, I'm a bit peckish. I mean, if you don't have a regular source of food, if you're starving. So this model was introduced to really highlight the importance of making sure that the basics are taken care of and that we work our way up. And that if people are showing challenging or difficult behaviour, not to jump in and judge and blame, but to be curious and ask ourselves what needs might need to be met in order to allow that person to move on. So this is really interesting in terms of the coronavirus and the lockdown situation, because worldwide everybody is in a state now where, I say everybody, most people who are aware of what's going on with the news are worried about their medical safety. Is it safe to go outside? What are the rules and precautions that we put in place to make sure we don't contract the virus? How is it affecting people's livelihoods and their financial security? We don't want to go to work and catch a virus, but at the same time people want to work to earn an income to be able to meet their physiological needs. So this kind of explains why we might be feeling anxious, or people might be finding some of the stuff up here challenging. There's a lot of really good content online encouraging people to spend the time in lockdown learning new things, getting a bit spiritual, reflective, which is up here. And that's fine for some people if you have the capacity to do so. But if your headspace is really down here where you're worried about the basics, then you're not going to be able to access this stuff, and you shouldn't beat yourself up about it, and neither should other people. We have to feel secure at each level before we can move up. So, things to think about in terms of this model is, where are you at? Are there certain needs on this pyramid that aren't being met for you? And if so, is there anything you can do about it? The ones down here are the most important, and then work your way up if you can. You can use this to think a little bit less judgmentally about others. So if you're seeing other people presenting challenging or unusual behaviour, ask yourself, well, maybe what does their triangle look like? Or maybe even ask them and have an open-ended discussion to really understand where they're coming from. And another thing really is to just bear in mind all the news and the publications. This is what we're after. We're really, really focusing on holding people accountable, whether that's politicians, employers, general members of the public, for looking after our safety. Only when we know that the financial and the medical safety of people is sorted will we feel able to do this other stuff. So this is really our priority in trying to get the world back to normal again. And it's worth kind of using that lens when you're having conversations to ask the right questions or to advocate for the right kind of action to be taken. So I hope you found that interesting. And there's lots of other work on how Maslow's model can be used in child psychology, in teaching, in therapeutic senses as well. So it's a really interesting one to have a look at and quite straightforward as well. So hope you enjoyed that, and I will see you next time. Bye.